Welcome to a special solo session of I Heard That Somewhere. Normally it's two of us here talking on the weird and the wild, but today felt like a day to get serious. I wanted to dive into a story that doesn't just suggest the supernatural, it stares it right in the face. Today, we're going to northern Utah, a place called the Uinta Basin, specifically a 512-acre patch of land that the locals call the Path of the Skinwalker. This is the story of the day the Sherman family moved in, and the day they realized they weren't alone. It was 1994. Terry and Gwen Sherman had just bought their dream ranch. They were moving in their cattle, their kids were excited, and the sun was beginning to set over the brush. That's when they saw it. A wolf. But it wasn't any wolf you've seen in a documentary. The Shermans described it as nearly the size of a heifer. It was massive, but strangely, it was calm. It walked right up to the family, wagging its tail like a lost dog. They actually reached through the wire of the enclosure and petted it. For a few minutes, it was beautiful and surreal. Then the animal flipped a switch. Without a sound, the wolf lunged. It grabbed a yearling calf by the snout, trying to drag it through the fence. The speed was unnatural. The strength was impossible. Terry Sherman didn't panic. He was a rancher. He grabbed his .357 Magnum and fired a shot directly into the wolf's ribs from point-blank range. The wolf didn't flinch, it didn't yelp, it didn't even bleed. Terry fired again and again, 4 shots in total from the Magnum. The wolf didn't even let go of the calf. Terry ran to his truck, grabbed his high-powered .30-06 rifle, and put a round into the beast's shoulder. A chunk of flesh flew off. The Sherman saw it, but the wolf just stood there. It looked at Terry with a bored, almost mocking expression. Eventually, it let go of the calf. It didn't run, it just turned and walked away into the muddy field. Terry and his sons tracked it, but after a few hundred yards, the track simply stopped. In the middle of an open field with nowhere to hide, the prints vanished into thin air. So what was it? This is where we look at the deep dive of the lore. In the Navajo culture, a skinwalker isn't just a monster. It's a person, specifically a medicine man or a witch, who has reached the highest level of priesthood and used that power for evil. By committing a forbidden act, they gain the ability to shapeshift into animals, most commonly wolves, coyotes, or bears. But there are rules to the lore that fit the Sherman story perfectly, like the invulnerability. It's said that the normal weapons can't hurt them. You need silver or a bullet dipped in white ash to truly make an impact. The second is the eyes. Their eyes don't reflect like a normal animal. They glow from within. And the way it just disappeared, they don't just run, they slip between places. That vanishing act in the mud, that's classic skinwalker behavior. The Navajo actually avoid the land where the ranch sits because they believe it is the physical path the skinwalker takes. I'm sitting here in the studio looking at these reports, and the detail that gets me isn't the bullets, it's the fact that it let them pet it first. It wanted them to feel safe before it showed them what it really was. Next week, my co-host will be back in the chair, and I'm going to show him the police reports and the biological samples that were allegedly taken from the ranch. Until then, keep your eyes on the woodline. Thanks for listening to I Heard That Somewhere.